Hello, 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 fish. Sorry, the kid's book. Now, I realized yesterday I didn't put out Dr. T, and you'll see why in a second. I did complete rush last night, just out of time. I ended up getting stages 4. I tried stage 5 with 22 Zookas, and then fell asleep directly afterwards. So, it wasn't that I didn't do it, or I just didn't have time. Yesterday was too busy. I love you guys, or most of you anyways, but I just didn't have time. So sometimes that happens. Life takes precedence. But let's see what Miss Gearhart brings us today. And I'm not terribly surprised by this. I don't know if this is by accident or if Supercell has seen that Everspark has made War Factory way too easy, but lots and lots of grapplers. Lots and lots and lots of grapplers. And on top of that, we've got shield generators. So this is going to be, and even worse, hot pots by core. So this is going to be a bit tough. So, because obviously we can't use Everspark on lasers or on grapplers or on hot pots. So this is going to take a bit of thinking as I slowly delay. Now I can use Everspark to get rid of the shock launchers, and then I can use troops to get rid of the rocket launchers. And then, I mean, this is going to be a bit difficult for sure. But we're going to start out, I'm going to start out by getting rid of the shock launchers. And then we will move on to other, or bigger and better things. Let's see how much health is on. The shield is pretty beefy. We won't be able to burn through that without, the shield needs to go. The grapplers, way too many grapplers around. And what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 grapplers. So with 77 Zookas, that's not going to take a terribly long time for them to get rid of all of our troops. I mean, we can bring some rifles, but just too many grapplers, and hot pots are going to be a complete pain, but hopefully we can use one of these grapplers over here, the lower damage ones, to activate the hot pot. We'll have to see. So let's, without further ado, let's get this rocking. Just trying to think on my feet here. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to start out by getting rid of, where are we at here? I'm going to start out by getting rid of this stuff. This is my first strategy, and then we're going to get rid of this stuff. I don't really know if this is required or not, and this laser is also a high priority. So not entirely sure what we're going to do there, but I think Everspark number 1, troops number 2, and then maybe troops number on the number 1 here as well. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll figure it out. Let's get back to the task at hand. Oh, this is a little bit scary, a little bit dangerous. Everspark on 4 of these is going to be interesting. So, okay, let's get rocking. Enough delaying. Let's drop Everspark over here. As always, push the button underneath smoke to try to save a flare, and then I'm gonna artillery damage the other stuff just so that she gets that stuff as well. Little bit of flamethrower damage, not a big deal though. 1 goes down. I didn't see what she selected there, but I'm going to assume that it was what we wanted. Oh, almost went. I need to get a med kit on there because that was not terribly good. I'm going to use an extra smoke here just because I don't want to risk the double tap not going well. Uh-oh, med kit, med kit, med kit. And now I don't have enough GBE to get rid of that. So I'm just going to mark these rocket launchers, and I'm going to clear some mines here. Just that flamethrower. I probably should have parked further from the flamethrower. I would suggest doing that if I were you. It's just those flamethrowers just did too much damage to us. So that should do it for attack number 1. Let's get attack number 2 rocking and rolling. Hopefully you liked my fancy screen drawing, by the way. That took me a while to figure out, to get it back working. But now we got it working. So what I'm going to try to do here is... What should I do? This is a little bit unnerving. Let's go like this. I'm going to get Everspark rocking and rolling. Again, Everspark. Pushing button under smoke. And... don't really know what I want to get rid of next. Let's get rid of some boom cannons, I think, is probably best. Just to keep Zookas alive a little bit longer. There we go. Really hope that I don't walk into those shock mines. There we go. So now, I'm just going to get rid of a couple of these boom cannons so that we get a bit more of a free snipe on those rocket launchers back there. And I'm just going to double tap here, double tap. Did I get a double tap out? Yes, I did. So, oh, I didn't get a double tap. I think I just wasted a whole bunch of GBE. Why are these boom cannons not taking it out? It's a little bit strange, but nonetheless, we got that down. Going to get... want to make sure that we get the laser. Let's get a bunch of GBE on this laser. On the frickin' laser. Now I'm tempted to actually drop my troops here, but I'm not going to. Okay, so we've got a reasonable amount of stuff happening. I don't like this. Now, the reason why I'm doing the damage on these bottom rocket launchers, these ones that are right here, is that I want to park right about here and have... because these ones, like... let me just change colors here. These ones have a... these top ones have a blind spot that's going to cover that. So by removing the bottom ones first, it just makes it a little bit safer. So that's my general thinking there. Let's get rid of that ugliness. But, okay. You can. I'm delaying a little bit here. This war factory has me a little bit perturbed, a little bit concerned. We got 3 attacks left, but still we need to get the shields down and the rockets down. So what I'm actually going to do a split boat attack here, I think, and I'm going to lose a bunch of troops here because I mean, the boom cannons would probably have taken out the rocket launchers if I would have left them in place, but I just don't want to deal with that. So. And I have to get rid of this laser. So with 3 attacks left, I'm gonna go back to using troops here, just out of sheer fear, I guess. Or let's go like this. Let's go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh, that is not going so well so far. Get under there. There we go. So now I want to get that laser down. I'm gonna flare it. They probably don't need to. But some of the ladies might have been out of range, so that's why I'm doing that. 1 shock. Now let's do another shock right there. Don't really know if this is the best plan necessarily, but we're going to do it anyways. And hopefully that machine gun goes down next. Get the machine gun down. So we got a bunch of stuff down. I mean, actually, you know what? I'm just going to drop... I'm going to just get all of this stuff, or get out of range of those back grapplers, and I'm just going to use the fact that I don't have many Zookas left as an advantage to get shore nice and clear. That way, because the flamethrowers won't see us because we only have a couple Zookas, and a couple Zookas always outrange flamethrowers, so... not always, but if you approach them well, you see... okay, we're good. I'm going to drop the rest right about now. Just because they will hopefully have it down by then. This attack is sort of being made up as we go along, but not awful so far. Now let's get these ladies walking. Now we gotta get back to a straight line path with the rocket launchers. This war factor is exciting. I like it. This is something that is gonna take a little bit of planning and thinking and trying to do it live. Oh man, I just got crushed. 1, 2. There we go. Now, I should be in a nice blind spot here. We will find out in a moment. Okay, nothing's working. That's good. That's a good thing. Oh, there goes Everspark. Goodbye, Everspark. We hardly knew you. We hardly knew you. Still got a couple critters that may help a little bit. I wonder if I can flare you. I'm gonna flare you. There we go. Don't know if this is gonna get anything done or accomplished, but it'd be really nice to get one of the hot pots down anyways. Well, we got some damage started on the hot pots. So, I mean, that attack, I don't really know. Let's have a look. There's a lot of work to be done, but there's still 2 attacks left. There's just, you saw how fast my troops were dying. Just the grapplers were just grappling like mad. So I'm going to probably add a couple boats of rifles just to try to even that out a little bit. But I won't bring them right away, otherwise with these machines. Actually, yeah, I think I need to bring them. One shock. There's just so many grapplers, it's crazy. Okay, let's get going. I need to add, I'm gonna add, let's say 2 boats of rifles, I guess. There's probably an easy way to do this, but having to look at it for the first time and then attack it and get it all uploaded as fast as possible is always a detriment. So please learn from my failures here. If you see something that I'm done dumb or silly, please realize that you have had more time to look at this than me. A little bit of, should I just go straight ahead, I wonder? Just, I mean, there's lots of GBE back here, but and there's grapplers that won't reach it, so maybe I'll do that. Let's get cracking. Grapplers don't reach until right about there, so we don't need... I'm going to leave Everspark behind for the moment, and she can come join us later on when she's ready. Or not, actually. Let's go like this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop right here, and I'm going to hit the button. And then as Everspark walks out, she will get the button on... Oh man, she's underneath smoke still. This is not what I had hoped for. I was really hoping to get Everspark. That did not work at all. That was a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. I was really hoping to get Everspark to control that boom cannon just to give us some extra cover, but it just totally failed. So let's get out of there as fast as we possibly can. Hopefully that grappler doesn't grab Everspark in the process. Whoo, that scared me. Okay, so... Oh no, Everspark, don't die on me. Everspark is fantastic until she dies, and then bad things happen, so... I don't really know what my... Actually, there we go. Let's get rid of this while we have a chance to. There we go, one less hot pot to worry about, hopefully, assuming that I barraged it right. Yes, I did, okay. So now we just need to make our way over. We've got Everspark popping critters, which is very, very, very helpful. Let's, I'm going to push the remote button just to get that boom cannon remoted. Will help us clear some stuff, and it will distract the grapplers. You see the grapplers are trying to get the boom cannon. Just saving our critters for a moment. And I'm going to come up here to avoid, just to avoid those shock mines being annoying. And now I'm going to come down here and shock. So we've got a chance to get these hot pots out because of those wonderful grapplers. And the grapplers were... Oh, let's shock again. I need to shock again. There we go. Hot pot's going down. So now, not bad. I mean, we've got some action happening here. If I push the button with Everspark, not a lot's going to happen. So, I mean, we're ready for a core hit. I need to shock some grapplers here. Let's shock those. 1, 2, shocking 6 grapplers at once is fairly handy. There's no reason to push the remote button here because there's nothing in range of... I mean, I'll get the cannons, but then that'll be annoying. So, hopefully this goes down. So many grapplers! So many grapplers. This is ridiculous. Let's use the rest of our GBE on the core, and then just hope it goes down. Little bit sloppy, a lot bit sloppy, but it went down. That's the main thing, I suppose. Was that 4 attacks, I think? 4 attacks, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I probably would have done if I had to do this again differently, just so that you can improve your attacks, let's get this paused, is I would leave these boom cannons, like let's get, where did that go? I would leave these boom cannons here. I removed a couple of them, but the ones that can range, like let's see which one is it, all 3 of them, let's get that erased, bam. These 3 boom cannons range these rocket launchers, so by me removing them, it helped a little bit, but just remove the rocket launchers and the shock launchers with Everspark. Like I overthought that, a little bit overthinking. And the other thing is, I parked Everspark right about here, and these flamethrowers just crushed me. So just park Everspark somewhere over here, and boom cannons don't shoot terribly quickly, so that way you don't have to worry about the flamethrowers. So that way you can get rid of these very, very easily. But otherwise, I think it was a pretty good attack. I'm not unhappy with it. Now, last but not least, I want to show an operation attack, and it was operation attack by please, or loot me please, I should say. It was not please loot me. He does not exist. He stopped playing the game. But loot me please has joined the team, and so let's jump right into that. Here we go. Loot me please on Titan. Big boost, big boost. 112% troop damage, 244% GBE. Now this core has in the neighborhood of 2.1 million health. So 940,000 times 200 is about 1.8 plus the extra 200,000. That's where I'm getting those numbers from. His smoke on shore was a little bit late. A couple points deducted for that. The Russian judge was not a fan. Now, using Everspark makes this attack just so much easier. Like, if you had to use a Scorcher on this attack, the Scorchers are big fat bullies and don't like to share smokes, so they would push the Zookas out of the smokes, and they cost 8 GB or 12 GBE, plus you have to shock them for 8, so that's why Everspark is just instrumental on these attacks. So useful and so good. But anyways, walking up, he's kept his delay. You'll notice that none of the rocket launchers have turned whatsoever, and on this particular attack, I won't spoil it, but there is something about this attack which made me very, very excited. So excited. I didn't go out and buy wood. I wasn't that excited, but still pretty excited. So standard drops, nothing's turned, everything's still facing forward, so we can tell he has his delay. Now, what he does here is he does not use critters. I didn't think this was possible. He uses the remote. I'm going to slow it down here just so we can see it. A couple of his Zookas are out of that top smoke, which actually works out for the best. He doesn't shock anything. Like, doesn't shock the machine guns, the remote's out, and see how late that shock was? So what happened there was, the machine gun actually, everything turned and targeted the Zookas, and then the machine gun cleared 3 or 4 of the Zookas, and by that time the remote was already out, so everything has to retarget since the Zookas are dead, and his Zookas are just going ham. He's got 2 remotes out, everything's targeted on those 2 remotes. Fantastic hit. Now watch this, these critters he's gonna drop critters, they're gonna come, here they come, you can see them coming, but they haven't spread out yet, and so the shock launcher turns and gets his Zookas. If those critters were a half second faster, he probably would have finished this, but now, one more thing to note, watch this. Everspark is tanking. She is standing out front, taking damage from those rocket launchers, and the Zookas in behind get an extra 2 volleys in as a result. So, very, very neat, very interesting. Couple things that went very well there, and that was one of them was obviously the machine gun removing a couple Zookas actually was a benefit, and Everspark standing as a tank was pretty neat. So, that's all I got for this week. Hopefully your Wednesday or Thursday or whatever day it is there is fantastic. But otherwise, I will talk to you later on. I'm going to figure out what troops to use. Probably all rifles on my main account. But let's show you the stats. 57% troop damage, 109% GBE, 100% unboosted on my HQ18 account. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you can learn. I made a bunch of mistakes, but that is something that you can use to make your attacks better. Hopefully. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I will see you in a couple couple hours when I attack with one of my ridiculous troop loadouts. Thanks for tuning in, and peace.